Alright, let's get into this match between Captain L and Grade's Mewtwo. Captain L's Pikachu, of course. Let's get into game one, the Pikachu Mewtwo matchup for winner's semis right here. And that's a button check. We'll just call it that. Okay. So I think they're gonna start on Smash Ball anyway. It's just tag isn't set correctly. Okay, we're just turning off. No, we're not. Okay. I was about to say we were turning off pause for Scum. I'm not necessarily Scum. It is my mindset that having it's controversial, really. I don't fully understand why pause makes you use a stock if you accidentally hit the start button. I think that's unfair, honestly. And what if there's a technical difficulty where the TV goes out? But then I think about that myself, and I think that the reason that a reasonable solution for that is just the TOs would just have them replay the match anyway. So there's no real reason for them to pause out of it if the TV goes out or something. But that's another thing right there. This is 55% to 3% as Grade so far has been winning all of these exchanges. The soft exchanges of that catches the quick attack in with the Shadow Ball. Alright, and air dodging out of shield right there to get out of there. Huh. I like it, okay. I'm expecting all these buttons for Grade right now. Otherwise, Captain O is trying to position himself around Grade, but Grade is just making him realize he has to shield here. Okay, yep. Grade is able to go above all that and get the vicious forward for the first stock. 28%. Pikachu is indeed light as well, but so is Mewtwo. Both of these two could lose their stocks pretty early. So it might be in the best interest of Grade to try to take advantage of that here before take advantage of that. Especially since I feel like it's gonna be easier for Pikachu to tack on damage and get hits on Mewtwo because of his big hit hurt box size. But otherwise Mewtwo has a reasonable sized disjoint to keep people out pretty well. Right there. And I like that C-bounce with the Shadow Ball. It keeps him away from the thunder below the stage, actually. And it keeps the stage control right there. Captain is going to take it away right there. Alright, a forward air, an up air option, easy to beat out the jabs. Try to cover the ledge. Captain L, really comfortable with holding stage control at the moment. Trying to cover him in the lab, but that drift from Mewtwo good enough to get him back to the stage before that. The near hitbox, I believe, just cut the quick attack, which gave Grade an opening into a forward air. Alright. A little bit more percent, and he will be able to just straight up kill Pikachu. It might be in his best interest too. Okay, the drift on that Nair was smart. It baited Captain L into an off smash that Grade could beat out with the Nair. Oh, that chase down was so good, but it didn't kill. Alright. Captain L has to keep the pressure going if he wants that stock. He's not able to get it. Grade staying alive, rush down, grab into the thunder right there. Quick option to take the stock. 67% on Mewtwo. Gonna need a little bit more with no rage now to kill him off. But again, Pikachu's not gonna have as hard of a time hitting him due to the size difference here. So this could be difficult for Grade to really commit to get that stock off. But for Captain L, it won't be as difficult, I feel like. You don't know. Right now, with the advantage that Grade has, it could be reasonable to say that he will take this. Oh. I'm liking these Shadow Balls. They've been doing so much for Grade in this match, actually. They've been doing a lot of shield pressure. They've just been catching Captain L, trying to position himself and be in the right zone. He's gotten a lot of damage off of these Shadow Balls. Otherwise, Captain L doesn't really let him get much off of strings or anything. Grade gets a few pokes, but otherwise he's not able to really fully get inside of Captain L. And now Captain L has brought this right back in terms of percent. Good mix-up on recovery from Grade right there to avoid that F-smash otherwise. Alright, gets the full Shadow Ball charged up while in the air. A savage downer answer right there. I think it covered air dodge after the whiff from Captain L. Movement with the Shadow Ball. Ooh. Crispy. He just needs one opener right here. He's looking for it with that Nair. It's not going to be the answer. And Captain L goes for the same read right there. Almost works again, but this time Mewtwo isn't in the position to get hit by that forward air, and it saves Grade's life right there, as it would have definitely killed, just like that neutral air to cover the neutral get-up will. That's a strong comeback for game 1, going to Captain L. And, I feel like the way that Great is going to have to adapt is he really has to make his strings count when he gets them. The Shadow Ball was working for him on my first block, but after that, Captain L did not let him get away with that much at all. And it looks like he's opting to switch to the Cloud. He is indeed. And now, with the Cloud, he can Cloud, he will have about the same range, probably a little bit more with some of his hits. This will be a spacing battle, to be sure for this one. Pikachu won't have to necessarily get in with his speed. Cloud will opt to instead try to fight from a bit further off. That's the same thing Mewtwo's gonna do. So, trying to think about this. Well, in terms of weight, Mewtwo is much lighter than Cloud, of course. And Limit is a very powerful tool, especially Limit Cross Slash. If Cloud gets enough Limit to get that and gets the right punish, he can kill Mewtwo much earlier than Pikachu could. And that's scary, isn't it? And he's walling him out really well with these Nairs otherwise. Now the trade-off he has here is that he's no longer a light small character, so he is susceptible to taking further combo damage. But still, Great has not been able to find these openings. He finds one right there with the dash attack into an up air, and he outranges that downer with the disjoint of Mewtwo's back air. I like that. Aerial escape. Right here, though, Mewtwo is on notice right here. A Limit Cross Slash will take his stock with a runoff. Yes, it will. Alright, 54%. This is a strong game in Captain L's favor in comparison to the first stock of the last game being in Great's favor. Could we see a reversal, or will we just see Captain L just straight up take it with momentum? That's the thing I'm wondering here right there. That forward air was a good option right there. Catches landing. Up smash on the air dodge, but he is able to drift away a little bit right there. Not wanting to land on that platform and limit his options. Oh! Okay. That Shadow Ball hit him just on his toes. Captain L is keeping this pressure up going. I like that fade back side B and then jump up air. That's an interesting way to keep pressure going. Right there on shield. Otherwise, the smash roll platform arrangement is not working in his favor. Now we see a lot of up smashes as Great is feverishly trying to take this stock off right here. He does do the job with the grab. Less commitment on that one. That's a faster option. Puts him in less end leg. And you just get it, Simple. Simple stuff. That's exactly what he needs right now. And simple stuff is what Captain L is showing right here. These Nairs that just keep knocking him away. Using the back throw to further it. Great otherwise. Does find an opening right there with the confusion. It's a good choice. And Nair beats out the spot dodge and an opener right there. That's the strongest one he's had so far. I gave him about 50% and momentum. And now, looking to chase him off stage and force him into a bad spot. Great gets out of there as the Limit Cross Slash is released. Back air will outrange the Nair. And see, the thing about Nair, it's an option that Great wants to use a lot. The sword beats it out. Oh, is this going to be a stock? It's not going to be a stock. It's going to be a lot of damage. But that was a good play right there. It puts things really close that either one can take this now for sure. Alright, Great trying to bait him with the air dodge. A falling Nair. Jab, back throw. Alright, he's getting these confirms. That's exactly what he needs right now. Trying to bait out an air dodge. Shield pressure with that Shadow Ball. Up airs. Okay, teleports out of that. Captain L catches it rolling. Going to ledge. Alright, Captain L. He'll be looking for his opening. Trying to look for a up B, I believe on the landing, trying to catch Great approaching him. And he's going to take it with that back air on Great, trying to cover his landing with an up smash. Very close for Great to actually bring that back. Both games seem to be very similar in comparison, actually. That it started with a very strong lead from one player and led to the other player either taking it or almost taking it. And yeah, that's going to do it for Captain L. Moving on to winners finals. I have just been informed that this is actually going to be a best of 5 for all top 8. Alright then, so the recording is back on. Sorry to Quan in editing that this might be a little weird. I just ended it as fast as I could, but yeah. Winning semis, it's gonna be a best of 5. He's going back to the Pikachu for, well, who knows. Well, those last two games were very similar in comparison. Now, we might see a much different game here that I was not expecting. As I wasn't expecting to see a third game between these two after a 2-0 victory like that. But you know, Grade could be full of surprises. Could actually reverse 3-0 this with the best of 5 set roll here. All right, Captain L getting these juggles here. 48 to 30%. Relatively even so far, the quick attack. Not an option I've seen him actually use to get in very much, actually. I understand why, of course, because Mewtwo does have options to cover that pretty well with a very long-lasting hitbox move with his neutral air. I'm liking these tech chases from Grade. It's making up for the fact that he can't necessarily combo Pikachu as much off of openings, or just the fact that he hasn't been able to combo much in general. But either way, these tech chases are definitely going to help him out for getting the damage down better when he can't capitalize entirely off the punish. Grade does have some very strong punish game, I would say. Otherwise. Alright. Yeah, waiting on the Shadow Ball right there. That's extra shield pressure for him too, because that's just shield wearing down on its own because Captain L was holding it for a bit of a time. Smart right there, but Captain L was able to get that shield back relatively quickly with these hitboxes to push Mewtwo off right there to give him time that he needs. With 77% right here, working for him. That's a fair. Waits on the neutral right there. Good patience. Okay, oh, yeah, power shields that. He is looking for his opening right there. Back air crossing him up. Still hasn't taken a percent yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. Up air. Smashes him below. The up smash does not finish him off. Mewtwo's air dodge is actually able to get out of that forward air. It's not going to confirm into an up smash from there. Alright, Great trying to cover that small inch of the platform there. Up throw. Not going to... Yep, it is. He knows what he's doing. If a player makes a character that has a strong up throw, assume they know what they're doing with that up throw. Don't be me. I usually don't assume. I don't usually assume things when it comes to actually otherwise. Okay, I'm bad. Okay. I think at this point it's just that Grade has to really warm up a little bit. Potentially 2 Pikachu's way and such. But he's able to get a 30% punish off of that string, which is actually pretty strong. He gets another 15% string right there. Gyarados just right through that up smash and keeps his momentum going. Down air from above, almost taking his stock. The trade looking to be worth the otherwise for him as he keeps it going. Staying alive. Oh, the chase down is not going to catch his landing right there. I think he wanted a forward. He got a dash attack instead. Power shield on Pikachu's dash attack, however. Alright, down tilt, outrange him. Forward air. That's a 2-stock from Grade. And what do you know? Now we're 2-1 here. At this point, we are not going to see Smashville, unless... Yeah, we are not going to see Smashville at all, because Captain L only needs to win one more. He cannot go back to Smashville, because that is the last stage he won. And Grade cannot go back there, because if he does not win a game, he doesn't get the counterpick to even counterpick the stage. So, with that logic, Captain L is going to switch to the Jigglypuff for Lilac Cruise. I think this Jigglypuff is either stage dependent, practice worthy. There's a lot of vibes for this Jigglypuff for sure. Jigglypuff is a character that a lot of people see different lights. A lot of people think worst character in the game, which is reasonable to understand, as Jigglypuff is a character that struggles to do really well in Smash Bros. Metagame otherwise. Jigglypuff is a character that does well with edge guarding, has a few strong punish tools, not much of a neutral. Really, some of the strongest air game in the game. That edge guard was sick, was sweet. Well, it was good for him, for sure. No tech twice from Grade, and he loses that sock to that. But yeah, one weakness that Jigglypuff has that I can see being a big factor as to why people think that Jigglypuff is bad, which is again reasonable. That's it. There is no. Jigglypuff has no rising recovery with up B. And no hitbox to protect herself when recovering either. It doesn't matter here, of course, as Captain L applies the pressure effectively to take that 3-1. And he's going to be moving on. Hopefully I will be able to talk more about some positive thoughts on Jigglypuff in a later match.